वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम सुजला सुफला मलयज शीतला सस्य श्यामला मातरं वन्दे मातरम्। ज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी फुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां
Awesome. Mr. Naresh Iyer in the house. Naresh, it's been an absolute honor to have you because I feel that you're someone I've adored a lot with so many of your amazing songs, and so many of your songs plays especially during my workouts, which we'll talk about in detail, which is one of our favorite topics for sure. And you're one of the magical voices, man. I really absolutely adore your voice and you as a person as well, because since the time we started interacting, you seemed like you're someone I have known for years.
Oh my God.
Thank you
Well,
to join this
I
podcast.
think it's a mutual, Chandar. It's an absolute pleasure to be a part of this series of shows what you're doing. Episodes wherein it's about talking about ARR sir,
Yes.
who's been my mentor and who's been kind to introduce me into the playback world and so on. So I'm immensely grateful to him, and at the same time, yes, it's been a wonderful pre-interactive session with you. Even I feel the same, that maybe we know each other for quite some time and so on. So I'm very, very excited for this wonderful session and this evening.
Thank you so much, Naresh. Because you won't believe it. I was talking to my dad yesterday. I told him that, Dad, Naresh Iyer. So he was like, "Hey, who is this? It sounds like a familiar name, but tell me." So I told him, "Do you remember that Rang De Basanti movie? We watched it, and I kept singing that song, and you were asking me why you're so glued to that song." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I remember. Oh my God, he's coming." I said, "Yeah, he's coming indeed." So even my dad was excited when I told him about it. So thank
Okay,
you once again, Naresh, because I'm doing this as a tribute to Sir with utmost love and respect for him, and it's been a magical run for me to be honest, because Sir himself came, and then everyone who has associated with Sir in some shape or form has come forward and been supporting this journey. So it's just seems like, although I started it off as a podcast, it has turned into more like a talking autobiography of Sir, and which is amazing. And Sir is very much aware about it, and he's so happy about the way it has shaped up. And all that he said was, "Chanda, your intent was right." So that's him. So yeah, thank you once again. The fact that, at the end of the day, I'm just a fan, an ardent fan of Sir, who wanted to do something in as a tribute, and then it's your absolute humility that you accepted my invite to come on this. So thank you once again.
But first of all, please do pass on my regards to your father.
I will.
And yes, I mean, it's definitely a wonderful, initiative from your side. Um, and Rahman sir, anyways, he's a man of few words. So he just kind of nailed it with what he told you. So it's like, maybe, definitely, I mean, if the intent is good, whatever we do, the best happens through it. And it is a very good medium wherein people get to know more about him, and also those who have worked with him and so on a regular note.
Yes.
So I think it is definitely, generally when we go with a written autobiography, I think this is more interactive, and people feel more connected when they watch a series of episodes like this.
I agree.
So it's like more like hats off to you and your efforts and your dedication and commitment.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So of course, we've got a lot of topics to talk about. I'm sure you'll be smiling. You already know some of the topics that we are going to touch upon, especially the topics that you and I are more passionate about outside of the music world. We'll touch on that. We'll come to it. And also the topic that is an absolute interest for us, which is about Sir. But before we get on to that, buddy, I know we are all living in interesting times, lockdown, and this is something unprecedented. We have never seen something like this before in our whole lifetime. And how are you coping up with it? How are you keeping yourself positive?
It's been good, actually. I mean, the only thing which I kind of really miss is, of course, the music part is definitely there. I mean, it has to pick up from now. And hardly recorded anything, and shows have been on a standstill. So I miss live performances. I mean, that is for the professional part.
Yep.
But otherwise, I just like to meet friends and spend time with them. So I do miss that also. I mean, these are the things which I miss. But then, there's nothing much to really complain about, because at least because there is so much suffering everywhere, and some people, they do not even have the basic amenities on a regular, note as such.
Correct.
So at least that way, I feel very blessed that and peaceful and grateful also.
Yeah.
At least, whatever is necessary for my survival, it's there. and rest it is more about using this time wisely.
Mm,
So
mm,
kind of uh, getting into some kind of practice
yeah.
and learning and exposing yourself to things which you always wanted to
And you never found time.
so this is a very good time to yeah, develop some skill
Mm,
which you always wanted to develop and you never found time for.
yeah.
And one other good thing about this whole lockdown,
Mm,
I mean, from just my perspective, I mean, I had to do so many things which I never used to do. So it's
mm,
about more like, adaptability
yeah.
and, uh, I've started cooking. That's one very good thing. So, there is a higher good in everything. I think it is how we kind of plan to see the whole thing. That's all. It's more
Yeah.
like a perspective.
Yeah.
So that way, I am, nothing much to complain. And it is just that my prayers to all those who are suffering and just there is more like a prayer to the Almighty that we get out of all this soon and start functioning in the most normal way.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. Yes, I mean, when I was talking to Sir as well, he was saying that look, in a way, it is more like a reset button for the nature, because we've all been very busy with our daily lives, and then probably this is the time to rediscover ourselves, learn something new, as you said, and that's definitely something worthwhile in terms of keeping ourselves positive in a situation like this. So, yeah, I mean,
To accept and try your best. That's all.
correct. So, so leading on from there, I know when we interacted on the phone, you mentioned about the passion for fitness and something that you've been absolutely, how should I say, passionate about. In fact, even prior to coming into music. I was just wondering, I'm pretty sure not a lot of people would have been aware about this side of you from a fitness perspective. And I'm very keen to know more about this, buddy, if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, fitness, as in the proper fitness thing, happened more or less just 4 years before.
Yeah.
I mean, as in doing something regularly,
Mm,
keep yourself fit and active. But I always used to be active as far as, keeping oneself engaged is concerned via sports.
yeah.
So I used to be very active in cricket and table tennis
Wow.
during my school days.
Yeah.
So used to play at least 6 hours a day,
Mm, oh,
or
okay.
at least 5 hours definitely. So in morning I used to go for cricket nets and so on, and then school, and
Yeah.
then finish, have a glass of milk or something, come back home and get back to table tennis. So
Right.
I had just started learning music and so on,
Mm,
but my I always wanted to be a sportsman.
wow.
But then maybe it had to happen this way,
Mm,
that maybe I was destined to become a musician. And of course, no regrets about anything. I've received so much love and appreciation from everyone, and I'm immensely grateful. So, but yeah, that is one side of it. But the fitness thing, then after that, when I came to Chennai and so on,
mm,
at that time I used to eat anything, and nothing used to be like, what to say.
a routine.
There was never a discipline,
Yeah.
and so I had put on some weight, and that's like the beginning of uh, how one starts to become unhealthy and so on. But it kind of struck me before 4 years, and one of my friends, Pavi, she kind of really pushed me to one high
Mm,
intensity interval thing which she used
right.
to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pavi is actually my dear friend Haricharan's wife.
Oh, yeah, I met her in Trichy.
Yeah. So we all are in one gang and so on.
Oh,
So
wow.
she was the one who introduced me. Hari and Pavi used to go there.
Right.
So they both of them kind of introduced me to that team called Quad, which works out in Chennai,
Okay.
and they conduct high intensity interval training.
Yeah.
And once I started going there, I really kind of started enjoying it so much. And every day or weekly, at least thrice or four times, I really look forward to it.
Okay.
That is the kind of effect or impact they've made on me.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful to all of them who really cared for me.
Amazing. Right. And so obviously, fitness changes a lot of perspectives. I can say that because I mean I feel that there are days when I work in IT, as you know, and then there are days when it's extremely stressful, and I have to vent my frustration off in some way or the other, and I choose fitness to do that. I either go play tennis or go out for running. But when I come
Okay.
back, I'm a different person altogether. I feel like, okay, I'm a rock star. I
But
forgot
before it used to be chips and burgers, right?
it. Clearly says that you read my
but,
blog.
but that way, it's like really hats off to you, Chandan, because I mean, after being into this particular thing, into some kind of fitness activity, I really know it. It really takes a lot of discipline and mental determination
For sure.
to really come to where you have reached today. Because losing 40 kgs, and that too from that stage when one is really, you know, more than heavy, it really takes a lot of commitment to keep oneself motivated all the time
Mhm.
and reach where you have actually reached. So really hats off to you, seriously.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you, Naresh.
wonderful. It's
It's
really wonderful.
I have to say that that was more of a magical journey as well for me, because I used to be such an introvert person then before I lost my weight. I would have never ever turned my laptop on and sat in front of someone like this and to have a conversation. That was never me. I was a super introverted person, and my life was more like finish work, go back home, have a few beers, buy pizza, burgers, etc., daily. அவ்வளோதான். About 6 7 days I would be doing the same thing, and I don't know, all of a sudden I felt, okay, you know what, I have to change. And then I just went to bed, and then next day whatever happened, I hit the gym, and 6 months later I was a different person. And then since then, haven't touched alcohol, gave up on burgers, pizzas, everything, and then my life changed forever. And so yeah, I mean, grateful. I mean, that's also that 6 months that I worked very hard. I used to spend like 4 5 hours at the gym, and music played a very key role. Sir's music especially, and one or two tracks would be just running in loop continuously for me, because that would have done some sort of magic for me while doing a workout, and I'd have caught it. And I would like, okay, that is the track that's working for me. And yeah, but yeah, I generally go crazy when I get into something and get very passionate. But it has worked a treat. Thank you so much.
No, that's wonderful. The only change, what to say, the only difference as such is I do still binge on some pizzas here and there.
No, it's good. It's actually good to
I mean,
have.
I think it is very important to tell this because
Yeah,
people who go on a fitness journey, they kind of later on become obsessed to the other extreme,
correct,
wherein they stop enjoying life altogether.
correct.
So I think it's not about that. It
Yeah.
is about even like some kind of junk food or fried food or whatever it is.
Hmm.
It has its place.
Correct. Anything
So
in
maybe
moderation.
if you keep it to like 10% of your nutrition thing, once in a while you feel like eating and you really feel that urge,
Hmm.
I think one should go for it rather than still kind of denying that I will never ever have it again. So see, even if someone wants to have alcohol, keep it to one glass. That's all
Yeah,
you need. It will not. It is not going to do any damage.
yeah,
And people, once they go to the other end, they get locked up into another set of ideas that I should never touch anything and so on. And they forget that it's not that a one glass of beer or an ice cream that has actually made them fat. It's about doing the same thing repetitively daily. So many ice creams, you need too many ice creams and beers to make one fat, right? It doesn't happen overnight.
True.
So I think if one keeps it to a limit, like once a month, if someone wants to have something, I think one should. And because enjoying life is also kind of,
Yeah.
part of life, right?
Yeah.
It shouldn't become a strict regimen where like, you're like, no, I will not do it and things like that. So that's what they teach us in quad also.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have your savories, but they have their place. Just keep it to a handful. Enjoy that too, and it will not really interfere much. It will not really interfere much with your fitness
Yeah.
because 95% you're on track,
Mm.
and 5% the body itself is like such a wonderful mechanism that it will handle. It's handled so much abuse, so it can definitely handle that 5%. I think
Yeah. Yeah.
5 to 10%, whatever.
So you have cheat days during the week?
Nothing like that. I mean, it's not that I plan on cheat days.
Mm.
It is just that more like listening to your body. One day I'll just feel like having something,
Yeah.
maybe pizza, cheese, whatever it is, or maybe some chips or anything like murk or something, whatever,
Nice.
So when you feel that urge, there's no need to be over strict on yourself because you're already doing what it takes to take care of your body. So the body will take care of you at least for this much. So, that's how I look at it. So one day if I feel like having something, I would just go for it.
Yeah.
But one advantage what I have is I generally don't have a sweet tooth from my childhood.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So that kind of saves up. But that doesn't mean that I don't put sugar in coffee. Just for a taste, I do put. So, but people just make it into some kind of a payasam. That's the problem. And the coffee, the taste of the coffee gets lost because that bitterness has to be felt. That's its natural taste, right?
I agree.
So sugar is just for namesake.
Correct.
To just have that like tinge kind of, sweet and sour. How do we enjoy it? Something like that.
You know what? Interestingly enough, everything that you have described, like the sugar in the coffee, I'll tell you as an example. I used to be the guy who used to put like 5, 6 sugars in one coffee, like that beyond payasam level. And in terms of having a cheat day or having anything in moderation, the problem that I have had and I feel is I can't have a little bit. It'll go more than that, and I can't resist myself, and I will start binge eating. So with that, I keep dreading and then I don't go. So what I've done is,
Correct.
a parade picture when I was 106, 107 kilos in the picture, I've stuck them all on the fridge. Whenever I go near the fridge and I feel like eating, when I'm not hungry, when you feel like eating, I look at that picture and I go back.
You know what? I think I can just slightly help you out on this. It is like, I think you have put lot of effort to lose weight. I know that.
Yeah.
But if you just kind of look back, you have put an equal amount of effort to put on weight also.
Yeah, of course.
It didn't happen overnight.
Correct.
You worked very hard to put on that much weight.
Yeah.
So you really need to eat like 50 kilos of chips daily to really become that. But a handful wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Because I think now you've had so much determination, commitment, that kind of dedication and control, that kind of discipline. You always had that kind of discipline for at least the past few years. That is why you have landed up here right now in this favorable position. So then the same dedication, commitment and control, you can just have it in a handful of chips. That's all. And you should have it. Enjoy it once in a while.
Yeah.
It's not going to do any harm.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you eat, anyway, you're working out crazily. Okay, just put on half an hour more. That's all that day if you want, if you still feel.
Yeah.
But the body's metabolism is already, it will be in such a good state.
Yeah.
It will easily kind of assimilate it and I mean, you need not like be over strict about anything. You have to enjoy that also. It's about you have to enjoy that also and yet stay fit.
Yeah.
And that is possible.
For sure. Yeah.
So if when I have chips, I know that I'm not going to have more than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's all. But you just kind of, that 5 minutes, you should just have it like you're not going to get the next bowl again. Then you'll definitely kind of, once you enjoy it and relish it so much, right? You will not feel having one more serving of the same and so on.
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Like yesterday, if I tell you, yesterday I generally sleep early, around 10:30, 11. But yesterday it got late. So at 12:30 or something, I felt hungry. So I just had a little bit of chips. It's okay. I mean, there's no need to kind of, I just felt like having something crispy or something and some kind of, that peanut burfi or something.
Oh, nice.
Popped in 2-3 of that. So I was all set it was all set and good. I felt good.
And I'm sure you must have burnt it off in the morning.
No, I have a session at 7:15. Maybe I might take it up. Or
Okay.
as I said, Chandra, I am more like, I mean, following one thing is there, but then again, that should not become an obsession.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If one day I really feel like relaxing and not working out, I accept that also.
Nice.
I will actually relax that day. It's okay.
Yeah.
One day, after abusing your body for so long, it's taken. So if you just give it some relaxation one day, it will definitely be grateful.
Yeah, good one. Good one.
So
For
it's
sure.
okay.
For sure.
Like going with the flow or what your body tells you or what you feel like. Yeah, it's more like that.
For sure. But yeah, on that note, do you listen to music when you're working out?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
Right,
I
that's a
mean,
straightforward answer. No.
yeah. I mean, there are two reasons.
Yeah.
One is since I'm mostly into it
Yeah.
and it's become a part of me.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing something else, I like to stay away from that. It
Right.
helps me to rejuvenate and come back to
Excellent.
music. That is one thing.
Yeah.
And another thing is, especially the kind of training what I'm going through, the high intensity one, it is like you end up doing too many reps in a too short time, too
Right.
short a time.
Right.
So one has to be very, very conscious
Yeah.
whether you're using the right muscles, joints, and so on.
Wow.
Because if you get focused, if you kind of, if music is going on the other side, your attention is partially there also. So it kind of, you might kind of screw it up for yourself.
Right. Right.
So especially when you're lifting heavy and so on.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
But
sure.
and since it is like high intensity, it is like too many reps within a very short, burst. It's like bursts of reps under a very short interval.
Right.
So it is more that you have to pay complete attention that, otherwise you might collapse and you might end up pushing the wrong muscle and,
For sure.
you know what kind of complications
For sure.
one can land up into.
Yeah.
So I kind of,
Excellent.
anyway, it is just for 30-35 minutes what I work on.
Yeah.
So in those 30-35 minutes, it is better to kind of totally concentrate on, your body and
Right. Right.
because it has to become second nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Workout after workout after workout, automatically the body learns.
Yeah.
But before it learns, it is important to pay attention and teach it.
Yeah.
So that way, it kind of, that's the only reason, main reason as such.
Excellent.
Or maybe when you are running on outside, like how you go for marathons and stuff. For that kind of activity, I would prefer to listen to music.
Right. Excellent.
Definitely. But not while lifting heavy and so
Yeah,
on.
for sure. For sure.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good way of looking at it. So when you do go out for a workout, like when you go for a little run or something like that, do you listen to your own music? Do you listen to the songs that you have sung yourself, or you don't go that way?
Mostly no.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, maybe very rarely, sometimes some song could be there in that playlist.
Okay.
If it pops up, well and good. I don't prefer to listen as such, my voice and so on.
Is it
So I
because
like to listen to other people so
Mm,
that I can, understand and learn a few things.
right?
And it's a change.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Okay.
also is a change for you and keeps you kind of, so many people are skilled in different ways. So when you keep listening to other people, maybe, some good things here and there you might inculcate.
Mm, mm, mm.
But more than anything, these are all just the technical aspects or whatever.
Yeah,
I generally, I mean, whenever I listen to music, even while being doing some activity and so on, it's
mm,
more for the joy of it.
yeah, yeah.
Just enjoy,
Nice.
feel the vibe of the tune or whatever, and just flow with it and keep on running or whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
It's more like that.
yeah.
So maybe if one song of mine also, if it's there in the playlist, chalo, okay, fine.
Super. Buddy, I'm just curious. If we go backwards towards your childhood, did you know music was the thing then? What was your childhood like? Any memories?
Um, I mean, my grandmother, she used to kind of teach me a lot of slokas and so on.
Right.
So I always had a very good memory.
Yeah.
And whatever they used to teach, I used to repeat like a parrot and so on. So, but I think in fifth grade, I participated in the annual competition of my school.
Right.
That is when I kind of, won the first prize there.
Mm,
So at that time, only my parents realized, okay, maybe he has a flair in this and so on. And then I started learning for a year. And like I said,
yeah.
I always wanted to go into sports. I did very well in the music class, but I left it after that
Mm,
because I wanted to be more into sports and so on. So then I just used to sing every year in school and so on.
yeah. Yeah.
And here and there some prizes and all our Ganesh Chaturthi festivals in Mumbai and so on. That is how it used to be.
Wow.
So then what to say, and I used to get badly eliminated in college intercollegiate competitions and stuff. So I used to think maybe okay, it's not for me and things like that. So I never used to be really too serious about it.
Yeah.
But then around second year BCom, that is when I really kind of,
Mm,
started developing interest on my own.
mm,
It kind of started happening that way.
mm.
And then I had started learning music.
Right.
And for 3 or 4 years, around 3 years, I learned music at that time. And I mean, that is when my real interest came in
Mm,
music on my own for myself.
wow.
Otherwise, I used to only, okay, parents are saying I have to go. It was like that.
Yeah.
So for me, it was more like first time I felt like doing it.
Yeah.
So it happened more or less in a second year BCom and so on. And that is how then I've been into it more or less.
Amazing. Great. And I do remember you saying that Sir is your mentor. I was just keen to ask you, what is it like to have Sir as your mentor?
I mean, it's, I don't know what to say when you ask like this, but all I can say that maybe Sir has been like, the pioneer in introducing a complete new sound in music.
Yeah.
Back in from I'm talking about 92 and so on,
Yeah.
when the entire world was kind of kind of amazed about what is this new wave which is coming and so on.
Hmm.
And obviously I was also one among them, and have listened to so much of his music. I mean, those days we only used to get the audio cassettes.
Yeah.
So every time a new release comes, you just go to the market and pick up one his latest album and so on.
Yeah.
So whatever, Roja, Bombay, Rangila, you just name it. Everything was fantastic.
Hmm.
So it is like, and he's always been a pioneer in introducing new talent also.
Hmm.
So he's been someone who's very open about introducing new people.
Mm.
You know, so we also used to do. I mean, during my pre-playback days, we had a troupe, we had a music group, and so on. So it was more like um, we used to do a show called Dil Se,
Mm.
which is only like Rahman sir songs and
Nice.
so on. And we all of them were such huge fans and admirers of his music and his work
Wow.
that when we have spoken hours about one particular song and how the sound comes and what kind of sound design he's done, the arrangement, the strings, the sound of the strings,
Mm.
the way a vocalist sounds in a song, the tune, everything,
Wow.
and uh, and we and this group of musicians who I was with then, they are all doing good very well even now as streamlined musicians like Amit Trivedi, who is a composer.
Oh, wow.
Then Sachin Jigar. Sachin is my senior, 1 year senior in my college. Then Anusha Mani, Shilpa Rao. We all were together in one gang. So we used to do this show called Dil Se,
Let's see.
which used to be like an hour and a half or 2 hours show of just Rahman sir songs and so on.
Wow.
So we were deeply kind of, affected by his music in a very positive way.
Yeah.
And of course, I never thought that, I would get to work with him on a sudden note through a contest like this. It happened in the most unconventional way, I would say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even, still, I think I wasn't even ready. Oh my God. Where have I landed and what am I going to do? That is how it was. But then, it's like since Sir has been introducing new talent from the beginning, from his beginning days,
Yeah.
so he knows more than better on how to deal with a newcomer and so on.
Yeah.
So he's been very kind, patient, and wonderful, and really grateful to him for all those wonderful songs, which he kind of,
Great.
trusted in me and or which he was ready to entrust it at least partially because he was always there to kind of get the best out of every singer.
You're being extremely humble, that's for sure. But it was all meant to happen, man, when I think about it, because you were meant to be there, you were meant to meet him. Also, when you met him, was it then he said he has a good news and a bad news? Where,
Exactly, yeah.
yeah,
I mean, this is if I tell you properly, it is we have a super singer down south here, but the first ever super singer happened in Bombay.
yeah,
It was done by Channel V,
mm,
and it happened more or less towards the winding up process of the Indian Idol 1,
right,
for which my mother wanted me to go to,
yeah,
which I didn't. So then, because I was just out of kind of college and I was done with competitions,
yeah,
and I had a pretty good run in Bombay as far as intercollegiate competitions were concerned.
yeah,
We won a lot of prizes and so on. So I just wanted to kind of get off that competitive thing and just concentrate more on learning and understanding music. But at that time, only the first Indian Idol happened.
mm,
So my mummy really wanted me to go there, but I didn't. Then we fought, and this started just alongside or just towards the winding up of Indian Idol. So
yeah.
she pushed me onto this. I really fought with my mother and sister and went there to just see that there were already 4,000 people standing in the line and so on, just from Bombay. Huge competition, and people, it was like around 20,000 people, I think. Definitely, at least 15,000 people for sure,
Wow.
throughout the country.
Yeah,
So then, by kind of, I don't know, some kind of God's grace, or I don't know, maybe my grandmother's blessings, I could reach the top 25
mm,
in the country. That is when Rahman sir was the co-judge along with Adnan Sami and so on.
right,
Adnan Sami was the one who really conducted the whole show.
yeah,
So, so Rahman sir was a judge there, and in that top 25, we kind of every contestant had to perform, and a lot of people, a few of the contestants, like kind of out of nervousness, they couldn't do well
Mm.
on that particular
Yeah.
moment and so on. In that particular moment, they couldn't do well.
Yeah.
So then what they decided is, okay, if these people have reached the 25, means they have been consistent. But it's just that right now they couldn't. It is because of the nervousness of seeing sir and so on. So then I was also one of them. I messed up a little bit somewhere. So then a few of us were given another chance.
Right.
You can sing whatever you want and so on. Not the chosen song or the song which it was given to you by the channel and so on.
Okay.
So a few of them sang some kind of Hindustani classical and so on, because there were a lot of contestants from the north, say Delhi, then from from west Calcutta and so on.
Yeah.
Calcutta is east, right? Yeah. So then from there, and so a lot of them sang like that. So I had learned a bit of Carnatic classical, so I thought I should kind of do something which others aren't doing, or something which others haven't done, have not done so far. So I went for a kirtan.
Nice.
I still feel it is some kind of my grandmother's blessings, which kind of some kind of intuition which happened, and I don't know why. Because I did know Hindustani also. I could have gone for that, but I went for that. And then the decision thing happened. It is just like how we both are sitting, in front of one another. And he told that we have a good news and a bad news for you. So what would you like to listen first? I was anyway speechless, because it's going to come one after the other. So you don't know whether to feel good or feel bad. So he told, I'll tell you the good news first, that he told that I'll be calling you to Chennai to work on a few songs.
Wow.
And the bad news is that you're out of this contest. So it came back to back. I didn't know how to react.
Wow.
So it was a very, what to say, I was mostly kind of sad, because I was like wondering, I don't know, sir has promised, but I don't know whether he'll really call me or not, and I'm already sent out of the contest as well. But I have to tell you that I tell this to everyone. I think the first person who really kind of, promised me on a larger scale turned out to be the most genuine. And I'm really, really grateful, to him. And he told me I'll get a call in 7 days, but within 4 days, I got a call from his sound engineer, Aditya Modi.
Wow.
At that time, only I understood, okay, how much he meant what he said.
Yeah.
So that is how it all began, like in the most unconventional way.
Wow.
Because I had actually lost out on the contest front.
Mm.
So I never knew kind of, it would turn up this way. So I think the best way it is like, like it's more like a higher good, which is there in everything. We just have to be a bit patient and just, calm.
Yeah.
And I think things do happen. We can't figure it out always.
Amazing.
We have to just let things, go and let things happen. I think that's the best way.
For sure.
That's what I learned from the whole thing.
So, what was it like when you went to the studio after 4 days, and how did you feel walking into Sir's studio?
I don't know, because I was not like, I never used to be like so much, okay, this, that. It's more, I don't know what, it was a mixed feeling of some kind of excitement also, but also the nervousness that, you should not kind of goof it up here, because he's that one man whom you wanted to work with. So it's better, that thing was there, that I should not mess it up in some way. That was there. It's pretty natural, because I didn't have too much of a recording experience before. hardly had sung any, just one or two, jingles and so on before that.
Mm.
So then, of course, sir, we waited for some time and so on, and sir told that this is what that like he's doing a few projects, and he would just like to try my voice and see.
Mm.
He was very realistic actually,
Mm.
and he didn't promise anything. So he just told that so many projects are there. We'll try your voice on different songs and see what works, and then whatever works, we'll go like that.
Mm.
He told, right now I can't tell you this is it, this is it.
Mm.
So it's more like we'll just go on the mic and check and
Mm.
see what works and so on. So then the first ever song what I sang on the mic was of course, before all that, he called me inside and then he wanted me to sing certain songs or certain styles.
Yeah.
Maybe something in, I don't know, maybe Carnatic or some pop or some Hindustani or something like that, whatever. He just asked me to sing a few styles and genres, whatever he, felt at that time.
Yeah.
So I sang in front of him, all that. And then when I was called on the mic, the first ever song which he tried to, on my voice was the Rang De Basanti title song.
Wow.
So then, I don't know, maybe that didn't work, but maybe the other songs worked. Like, Rubaru, Lose Control, Tubin, and so on.
Yeah.
So then, of course, the Tamil side was also going on, like Maila Reggae happened,
Yeah.
Mumbeva. A lot of those things happened around the same time,
Wow.
within a span of 2-3 months or 3-4 months or whatever.
Yeah.
So he kept on trying wherever he felt my voice could be appropriate,
Yeah.
and maybe certain things, certain songs worked, certain songs failed. Everything, it's a mix.
Wow. I mean, Rang De Basanti was like more like an album just for you, buddy. I mean, it plays even today for me on my playlist. And one of the songs that still stands out for me is like, "Hey Sala," when you start off.
Okay, thank you. I'm really grateful to him, especially from that whole experience of not only Rang De Basanti, maybe also this Anbe Aruire, Jilendrover Kadal, Varalar, and so on. So even because I was not really used to singing Tamil. Because of being born and brought up in Bombay, only a few Tamil movies which really made it big here gets featured there.
True.
It's not like how it is now. So now most of the movies get screened everywhere throughout the globe.
Yeah.
So then, so my Tamil listening was very limited and singing was even more limited. Because I was born and brought up singing and listening to more of Hindi music.
Yeah.
Because of the Mumbai upbringing and so on.
Yeah.
So that is why I'm really grateful to him that he was so kind and patient.
Yeah.
For me to adapt to that language and so on.
Right.
I mean, I'm very fluent in talking Tamil, but singing was not part of my upbringing.
Right.
So it was something very new on the mic for me.
Yeah.
And through all these wonderful songs, whatever I know I got to sing for him, either in Hindi or Tamil, I'm really grateful that he was open to use my voice for different kinds of songs. So it helped me to, kind of break the typecasting which many people happen to get into. And it's not about even people. A lot of singers have their own opinion about themselves, that this is what suits my voice. Okay, I am more suitable for melody. I am more suitable for some kind of a disco song. I am more suitable for classical. A lot of singers or artists and musicians have these opinions about themselves.
True.
So it helped me to kind of see myself in a different perspective after working with him.
Wow.
because he had that openness, and that kind of opened up that dimension within me also,
For sure.
wherein you become more open towards listening to different kinds of songs and trying it out also. And you come to an understanding, actually, you know, it's not like how you thought.
Mm.
And these ideas are put into you through people also, because they listen to you in a limited way.
Mm.
And they feel that, okay, they like something, so they relate to that, and they tell you, okay, this is what you're good at.
Yeah.
Oh, your voice is very good for melody and so on. And we tend to, at that young age, you tend to get locked up into that idea and so on.
So very true. Yeah.
So all those, things got kind of completely broken and shattered for the good
Mm. Mm.
when I, began working with him.
Yeah.
It
Wow.
was challenging also,
Yeah.
but it was very, it's more like a revelation and so on.
Mm. Yeah. Dude, the thing is, I mean, considering that you've worked on so many songs with Sir all through the years and in the journey that you have been with him and the journey that you're going to be with him in the future ahead as well. I know you're not a night person. You're more like a day person, but his recording is usually in the nights, and you have to sing in the night at crazy times of the day. It's like could be around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever that was. How do you cope up with something like that? Especially the fact that I know some singers have their prime time for the day, like early morning is their best time or late in the afternoon, something like that. What's yours, and how do you cope up with the recording with Sir?
Um, I mean, initially, definitely in the beginning days, it used to be difficult because I have to be realistic, because it was totally something which you never used to do.
Correct.
I mean, you have like, you've been in such situation while studying the last moment for exams. So, but then I got used to it since I kind of began with it.
Correct.
So I kind of got used to it.
Mm.
But then that is not something which, what to say. It's more like I don't do it now. I mean, of course, when Sir calls, I would go. But the only thing is, that would not be like a preference or something. And I would definitely, I mean, I kind of, connect with the sound engineer also. I ask them exactly when I'm needed and so on. And accordingly, I rest up my voice, my body and so on. And then, so that whenever I go on the mic, even if it is 3 a.m., I should be fresh.
Great. Wow.
So I just try to, sometimes they might call you like, much before you're needed.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
And so when you kind of wait for a long time, lethargy kind of sets in.
So true.
And you might become tired at times. At times it does happen like that. So I generally communicate and ensure that, I don't go off too early. Just like go there like maybe an hour before when I'm needed. So you're like, kind of well rested, and you're well warmed up to really go on the mic, so that you sound your best, so that you sound fresh and good.
So true.
Because it is not only for Rahman sir, for anyone who you want to sing, ultimately the aim of every artist is to sound great.
For sure.
When you go there on the mic, to do complete justice and to also to express the gratitude for that opportunity. So that is the only intention. Otherwise, waiting is also not a problem. But ultimately, you have to sound like fresh and great. So it's more like adapting to that particular situation and making the best out of it. And at the same time, plan it in such a way that ultimately you sound good on the mic.
Very nice.
Because it's very important. It's a creative process. You need to be very receptive.
Correct.
If you're sleepy and if you're completely groggy and so on, it will just not cooperate. The process will not happen in a smooth and nice way. So for that, whatever needs to be done, needs to be done. And yeah, you need to work in the night if that is how it is supposed to be. Means just accept it with a smile and go. That's all.
Nice, man. Very good.
And do what you can.
Super. Buddy, the thing is, what I've heard is, of course, Sir likes to do things very quickly, especially when he's recording. He likes to just get it done like this and then just move on. And now I know for the fact that you are someone who grasps things like this and you have an amazing memory power. You don't even use your phone to see the lyrics for anything. And I'm pretty sure you are one of his lucky charms for sure, because of the fact that he's got you to sing back to back, one after the other, so many songs. And I take it the recording experience is usually pretty quick with him when you go.
Yes, I mean, sir, I think it's more like what to say. One thing is he's engaged into several things.
Hmm.
I mean, he'll be doing several things and the song, what you are being called for is just one part of it. Maybe some other movie might be going on, some background score could be going on, and he's all over the place also. There could be one Hindi movie, there could be one Tamil movie, there could be something in Hollywood, and so that's how he works. So, I mean, so he's always working at the speed of light.
For sure.
So sometimes it's worked for me, sometimes it hasn't, and I've got solid scoldings also for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've got scoldings also.
From Sir?
But I mean, because what to say? I mean, he really knows his stuff. I mean, he's like super quick and he knows what he wants, this, that. But sometimes I would not be in a position to understand what he wants, because his speed is like tuck, 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 he goes and so on. So sometimes it could be like that. But a lot of the songs got over very quickly that way.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I tell you realistically, I'm good at remembering lyrics that is there, but I'm not one of the quickest on the mics when it comes to singing on the mic. So Adinala, I've got some nice titles and all that also I've got.
Just out of curiosity, what does he titify like?
Tittifies in what? You'll be like, it's like something would be under the Shruti, Tano, Yenna Parthe, Padu.
I love it.
போச்சு மாட்டின பாரு திருப்பி தப்பு பண்ற தப்பு அதான்.
Wow.
So the scolding எல்லாம் கிடைச்சிருக்கு, but it was also like everything was very new for me, and the language thing was also there. It was multiple factors, but I would still be realistic. I'm not one amongst the quickest. I can say I'm reasonable. I'm not very slow either. Somewhere in the middle ground. So sometimes, sometimes it does happen quickly. It just flows and it does happen. But Sir exactly knows where I'll get stuck. He'll start with that only. I mean, he knows me in and out that way as an artist, as a singer. So he will know he will get stuck here and he'll start. Sometimes he'll exactly start from there. And the one thing is that I correct up purinjirukadu. So like what to say. So at that time maybe I would receive some scolding and so on. But ultimately I know it is not to hurt me or something.
Yeah.
He definitely loves me, so it's part of that.
Nice.
And people who kind of ஒரு அன்பு இருந்தா தானே திட்டுவோம், கரெக்டா?
Of course.
So that way, yes, I'm grateful for that also. I mean, when I look back at the wholesomeness of the experience, this is also a part of it. When I've received the scolding, and I like to laugh about it now and so on. I like it. when he scolds also. So it's good fun, yes. I mean, it's a complete thing. Sometimes some humor happens, sometimes some scolding happens, sometimes it just flows. And it's like a mixed bag.
For sure.
So yes, I'm definitely not one of the quickest, but yes, I'm good at remembering. I mean, that I can tell you. So most of the songs I like to, my entire stage performance is mostly out of memory only. It's
Wow.
not, I never see the book or iPad or whatever it is, unless there is an immediate request which I don't know.
Hmm.
So I might have to just, go through the lyrics and use
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
use the book or iPad or whatever it is.
It's pretty
But
amazing.
otherwise, I just like to, you know, enjoy, and I should not think about, remembering the song.
I think this has all come from your childhood, like right from the time your party used to teach you shlokas and everything. I think it's from there.
Well, I'm grateful to my mother. My
Yeah.
mother has a very sharp memory,
Wow.
very, very sharp memory. And I think it is her genes which has kind of,
Mhm.
always kind of, or maybe she's trained me like that from the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but it's because of the genes that it was a natural also.
Mm.
So, and I used to be, I'm more like a Xerox machine in my school. In my school and college days, whenever I used to study or read up things for the exam and so on, if you check the textbook and my answer paper, everything will be dicto. It will be like a Xerox.
Wow.
Even a syllable, maybe an or a the will also not change.
Wow.
It will be, and because of that, I've lost out a lot.
Oh.
Because I always remember so much, but my writing speed was bad.
Oh, wow.
So ultimately, even after knowing everything, I would like only write for 80 or 85 marks out of 100. I didn't know how to shorten it. It's like, I know, I have to write.
Yeah. Wow.
So I think all those things during school, that's kind of helping me even now while performing on stage and so on.
Have you observed Sir's memory also is incredible? Of course, you would have observed that as part of your recording experience and the journey, right?
I think, sir, I don't know what to comment because he's into 100 things, right? So whether he remembers, it's fantastic. Even if he doesn't, it's okay, I would say. Because he's handling so much, and within that limited time, he's already doing like 100 times of what I would do. So,
Yeah.
so it's like, what to say. Of course, I mean, he's certain songs are like completely, he knows everything. And maybe I think when it comes to stage performance, certain songs, I think when it comes to few new songs or something at that time, maybe he would use the this thing and so on.
Right.
But ultimately, it's not about these things. It's about like really enjoying there on stage and
Yeah.
just doing your music. That's all.
Yeah, that's
It's
it.
okay. Sometimes you can forget also.
Yeah.
Fine. It's not. No one is like a robo here, right?
Yeah.
Or you cannot read out everything. Like you read a book and learn it in like chitty in like 2 minutes, like this.
So, buddy, when obviously you got your national award, congratulations for that. Number one is how did you feel, and then what did Sir have to say?
Um, Seriously speaking, I didn't know what really a national award means as such, or what it means to have one.
Yeah.
It was just happening, and I was just kind of going with it. That's all. It is only after, after receiving the award and so on, when people talk about it, you come to know.
Yeah.
But otherwise, all I would say is like, I'm I'm just really grateful to Rahman sir for trying me out for so many songs and so on. and Rubaru happened to be one of them.
mm.
And in fact, it happened in the most tiring way.
Oh,
When we were working from, I don't know, the previous evening,
mm, mm,
when they were recording the other songs of Rangdi Basanti, like
mm.
Sarfaroshi Ki Tamanna, where, like,
Yeah, yeah,
Amir Khan,
yeah,
sir, he kind of came and did his portions.
yeah.
Omkar, everything was happening on the same day.
Wow.
So Rubaru kind of came up like a big surprise at around 5 a.m. in the morning. So I don't know what I sang. It happened. But Rubaru is one of those songs where I would say that it's more like a one or a two take song.
Yeah,
It just happened,
yeah.
kind of,
Wow.
And Rubaru Roshni, that line, that was the line which I was singing wrong. And அப்பவும் எனக்கு திட்டு வருது. It's like, நயா பண்ற 5:30 மணி ஆயிடுச்சு 6 மணிக்கு சீக்கிரமா பாடு. And it's like, நீ வா இங்க நான் பாடிக்கிறேன். And then he sang Rubaru Roshni. And ultimately that is how I got to do it with him.
Wow.
Like I said, it's like everything has a higher good.
Wow.
So that is how it happened.
Yeah.
And then I also remember that when the final mix was happening, he told that they are finalizing this tune in my voice and so on. I was kind of shocked. I told him, sir, I want to redo it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I sang in that sleepy mode then. So, and I had just sung it like a track trial or something. And I was like wondering, he's like saying it's final and he's not calling me to sing it again. So I told him like, sir, I want to sing it again. He's like,
Yeah.
so he just told like, don't worry, magic has already happened. Like that he told. That's all. Then he's only man of few words. So you don't know what to say after that.
Yeah.
I don't know, okay. So then, when this song did well and so many people still love it, I'm really grateful to each one of those wonderful listeners and so on. So, and when the national award happened and so on, that is when I really understood what he meant then. So this is my speed and that is his speed. So now you know. That is my quickest. So then, that is when I really kind of understood what he meant. And, so then, so the whole thing of getting an award was really far-fetched. For me, it was more like, okay, I've sung something. How is it going to be? How people are going to receive it or what is going to happen to it. Those are the things which were more predominant in my mind then.
Yeah.
But then, of course, Rangde Basanti in itself is a beautiful album. It's one of his best albums for sure.
Correct.
And I got to be a part of it. And I feel very, lucky and grateful. That's all I could say. And of course, I'm grateful to the government of India for having, bestowed this honor as well. Yeah. It motivates. I think these things are generally more like some kind of a motivation for you to kind of, still becoming better at your skill. And it kind of motivates these kind of, everyone needs timely appreciation, whether it's through an award or even a kind gesture.
Correct.
It could be a kind gesture from your, well-wishers.
Yeah.
So I think we all need some kind of little bit of appreciation here and there. It keeps us going.
Yeah.
So I think this is also definitely one huge appreciation which I received.
Amazing. Are there moments where you go back and have a look at the award, give it a wipe, and it brings back any memories?
I don't know. I've kept it clean and good. So there's no need to wipe. Yes, sometimes I would see, and you just tend to feel it's more like a nostalgic thing about.
Correct.
And more than the award and thing, the thing what would amaze me is like how the whole process unfolded.
Yeah, yeah.
How things happened and how, those are the things which kind of amazes you more.
Mm.
And all those awards, whatever, you feel good definitely, and you feel more grateful.
Yeah.
I think that is one thing I would definitely. It's more like gratitude,
Yeah.
because so many factors have come in for you, in your favor for that to happen.
Mm.
So you tend to feel more grateful and good about everything, and like what to say. It's about, like you said, it's about being in the right place in the right moment, and so many things.
Yeah.
The blessings of my grandmother, my parents, my family, my friends, well wishers. Then definitely Rahman sir, who introduced me, who trusted in my ability, and so many things.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the people who have listened to it,
Mm.
they have loved it, they have expressed their appreciation.
Yeah.
And what to say, the lyricists, different lyricists, Prasoon Joshi in this case,
Yeah.
and the director who trusted me, and
Yeah.
I can just go on naming and naming it. I mean, it's not like one song or one award. I think I see all of them when I see that award or
Wow.
something like that.
Wow.
That is how it feels, as in how the whole process unfolded and how wonderful it was, and so on.
Amazing. Also, this must have been about 1 month or 1.5 months ago or something. Alphonse Joseph also had come on the podcast. This quite some time back. Alphonse Joseph, right?
Alphonse, yeah.
Yeah. So he had shared a Facebook memory, and that memory was the picture from the audio launch of VTV in London, where
Okay.
there was a group picture of you, and you were one among them as well.
Yeah.
This is like 10 years ago. I will share that picture to you later. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
you remember seeing
In
that.
that, you could definitely see the fat on me.
Well, I mean, no comments on
I
that,
saw
but
so much of cheek. I don't know. I have this weird thing wherein whenever I put on weight, it shows on my face first.
it does for everyone.
Not really, Many people, it just puts on,
Yeah.
on the body and so on. But for me, it kind of picks up here. So I think, oh God, BTV, I can, when I see that picture, I'm always like,
I probably shouldn't share that picture to you then.
No, it's okay. Now it's all good, so it's okay.
Of course, in that album, the Kannukul song, man, that was absolute magic. It plays even today for me on my playlist. And you know what? The best part is, I listened to the Tamil one, and then subsequently I put the Hindi one as well. Dost Hai.
Yeah.
Both were so different, and you killed it. I totally love those songs.
Well, what to say? Again, BTV is one of
Yeah,
his nicest albums, and each song is a gem actually.
yeah,
And Kandakul also, it was like so much of lyric thing happening in that.
Oh,
So again, he was very patient, and we got this through. And what to say? This song is a very good song when it comes to stage performance.
yeah, yeah,
That way, I have to tell you. I mean, that way, I really feel kind of really grateful to him for this particular aspect, as in the different variety of songs what I got to sing under him. Lot of songs have a good stage potential as well,
yeah,
from the performance point of view.
yeah,
Maybe something like, if I tell you, say, if Rubaru is more like, a regular guitar song,
yeah.
which is good for performing, there is Lose Control on the other side.
Correct.
And then, Tubin is, of course, a melody again.
Yes.
And then Mailirage, if it's a melody, and even in, say, Varalara, it is like Inni Se Alabade is a semi-classical song.
Correct.
On the other side, there is Kamma Karele, which is the Kuttu song.
Correct.
And again, in Jillendro Kadal, Munbeva is a melody song, and Kummi Adi is a folk song. There is Vadayapati. So, that way I really enjoyed performing on stage because of the variety of songs what he kind of
Yeah.
tried me for.
Yeah.
And Kandukul is also one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Kandukul is like again a very high energy song to perform on stage.
For sure.
I generally kind of, once I finish performing that song, I have a small, speeding up version of the same thing on stage, and it's like all the noise on stage and so on. So Karnakul is like one super fun song to perform as well.
Amazing.
And of course, the movie did fantastic. Everything did fantastic in that whole movie, and the uh, the audio launch was also a wonderful experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I struggled, I felt sick.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Oh God!
Oh no.
So everyone sounded good except me. And Alphonse is like singing like, he's like singing there, and I reduced my pitch by one pitch, one one tone totally, and I'm like, it was all like gone. Winter time, no, in London at that time,
Yeah.
something completely gone. I was like, I sounded the worst on that evening, but then what to do? That is how it was. So that's like what to say. The good part of Kanakul and like the difficult part of Kanakul was the audio launch.
Gautam Menon also came on the podcast, buddy, and he
Okay.
BTV brought back so many great memories for him, and then he also spoke about this particular song as well. He mentioned about you. When that podcast comes, I'll share that link to you. And
Oh,
yeah,
wonderful.
yeah. So he has treasured memories of VTV. When he
Yeah,
spoke
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And buddy,
And
on
he's also someone, what to say, who's always had a wonderful taste for music.
correct, correct, correct.
So I think, I mean, when you look at his entire, repertoire of movies,
Yeah,
it is every movie has had wonderful songs. I mean,
correct.
he has a wonderful knack,
Mm,
and I think and of course, he also sings, and he himself is a very good musician. So he has a very good taste, and it's not a surprise.
yeah,
Most of his songs are good.
yeah. But buddy, on that note, maybe two lines of the amazing Kandukul song.
Okay, Kandukul. Okay. So without a warm up, you're asking me to sing that high pitch song now again. Wait, let me try.
Or pick any other song.
You tell me, whatever you want, I will do that.
Two bin bataye.
2 bin, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
Just let me get the pitch of the song.
sure.
I'm not warmed up. Whatever comes, it comes.
Yeah.
All the best to you. मन की गली तू फुहारों सिया भीग जाए मेरे ख्वाबों का काफिला जिसे तू गुनगुनाए मेरी धुन है वही तू बिन बताए मुझे ले मुझे ले चल कहीं जहाँ तू मुस्कुराए मेरी मंजिल वही ला ला
Beautiful, man. Wow, amazing. I actually lost myself when when you sing, because this song really hits me straight there, because this is this one magical song. I could never describe about this song, buddy. This you have no idea. This has played in so many infinite loops, and it still continues to play on my playlist. I mean, I lose myself with this particular song.
Thank you, thank you, thank you
Sometimes
very
I
much.
feel like I visualize though as though I am singing, and I go into that trance, and I'm visualizing
I
things.
think you can actually sing now. I would listen to you.
No, no, no. I'm only a bathroom singer, so I have to strip myself and take a bath if I have to sing, which I'll not do.
Till we get some water. Yeah.
Of course, of course. So, buddy, the thing is, I mean, this number of songs you've sung for Sir and all. How do you feel when an album comes out with your name on it? And how do you feel? Okay, like, do you go? Was there a moment where your an album came out and you were credited as one of the singers? Was there a massive excitement where you went running to get that cassette or CD? Back in the days, I know these days it's all digital.
I don't know. I mean, yes, the excitement was there definitely, but I think it is more than, I don't know how much uh, kind of I felt it deeply at that time. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it is more about the people who are around you. I mean, your parents feel good about it, your
Mm,
family feels
mm,
great about it,
mm.
your friends, well wishers.
Yeah.
I think it is only through them you kind of realize,
Right.
okay, what has actually happened and so on. And of course, I mean, it was a dream come true. I mean, uh, during my pre-playback days when Sir used to come and perform in Andheri Sports Complex in Bombay, I have been one of the, avid watchers
Yeah. Yeah.
or viewer.
Yeah.
They're sitting in the balcony and enjoying his music. So, and so now suddenly, like, I got to sing for him. It is definitely a fantastic feeling for sure. And and when the first release happened and so on, and most of the songs got very good appreciation and so on from everyone and so on. So it makes you feel really, really good. And
Mm.
I don't know, maybe I started flying only after 1 or 2 years.
Okay.
At that time, I don't know, maybe it was like I was young to understand, uh,
Mm.
okay, what kind of magnanimity all this is.
Mm.
Maybe I didn't have the maturity or that outlook to understand those things at that time.
Or maybe you never took it to your head.
I don't know, maybe uh, it is because of that lack of understanding it was like that. And there was a stage maybe when it went up to my head also, because a lot of people tell you a lot of other things you don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But I think it is ultimately, just what to say, uh, coming back to the reality of what it is, enjoying it with a
Mm.
lot of gratitude,
Mm.
and then, like cherishing it
Yeah. Yeah.
for all the lovely good times what got to experience and so on.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Nice, buddy. Buddy, thing is, I mean, as much as I would like to keep you here for hours and hours and just talk about your journey with Sir and everything about music, unfortunately, I can't, because I have to let you go and let you get into the creative space, and then, give us more and more songs in the future. With that said, we're coming close to the end of the podcast, and then there are just two little things that I want to ask you. One is, the fact that Sir is your mentor, and you have had an amazing journey and another great journey ahead as well. So, because this podcast has turned into more like an talking autobiography of Sir, is there a message you want to give to Sir as part of this podcast? Because I know for sure that Sir will watch it, because he'll get a link to it when it comes out. And we both know that Sir will watch it in fast forward mode with things.
Yeah.
And who knows, he might go to the
Okay.
last bit of the podcast and say, okay, what's this fellow said about me? I'm just joking.
Now you put me in a real fix. What would I say? What would I say? I mean, okay. I would like to first, I would really like to thank him for, introducing me to this music world, and for trusting me and giving me so many lovely songs and also wonderful time, and also his scoldings. I still love that. So, I mean, everything is like, fantastic. And at the same time, I mean, I really love, you know, his vision. I mean, I love him as a human being, a musician, all that is there. I would like to just, can we do this again?
Of course.
Yeah. Because that flow got broken.
Hmm.
So it's like little bit nervousness now, I have to say. Anyways, yeah. So coming back to it, first of all, I'm really, really grateful to Rahman sir for being very kind and patient with me, and for trusting in my ability and giving me so many lovely songs. And it's been a lovely experience
Yeah.
working with him. And how can I forget those lovely scoldings also, which I used to receive? So it was a wonderful mixed bag, lovely experience working with him. So I'm really grateful for all that. And I really have been an admirer of his music from my childhood. I still am, and I always will be. And I really love him as a musician and as a human being,
Correct.
because uh, I'm equally in love with his vision also.
Hmm.
As in, we all know from what kind of hardships he has, reached this particular
Yeah.
juncture. So, I mean, he dedicated himself so much to music, and so much into music. And today, I think he's giving
Hmm.
it back through music
Correct.
to everyone.
Hmm.
It's definitely a wonderful service to humanity what he's doing. And I just wish him, lots of good health.
Yeah.
So if you're seeing this, please, I mean, do take care of your health. And we have really enjoyed your music, and we want to listen to you for more and more now. So please do take care of your health, and keep smiling. And I would like to wish the best of health and happiness to you, your family, and everyone who's listening here. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Wow. Amazing. I mean, you almost got me emotional by whatever you said. Yeah, because it comes from the heart, right? That's the best part. And so, buddy, just one last thing is, as part of this podcast journey, what's also evolved is this I Love ARR community. So, what about the interesting part about this is, this community is bringing together all of Sir's fans together to spread love and happiness, and they're all hardcore Sir fans, and they've been absolutely supportive of this journey that I'm on, and I'm carrying them together along with me on this podcast journey again, and then also building this community. And this particular community absolutely loves you. And there were so many people who sent me heaps and heaps of questions. Of course, I've managed to ask you most of them as part of our conversations. And all that I really wanted to ask you was, this particular community has a lot of talented musicians as well, who are aspiring musicians. And I was just wondering if there was any sort of message or advice or a suggestion that you wanted to give to a fellow musician who is looking at becoming something in the future, if there was something that you wanted to share for that person.
Um, I think it is not only about music, it is about anything that you want to do. If you really want to do, you got to go for it.
Yeah.
I think you will have your, moments where one might feel discouraged also,
Mm.
but it is still kind of rising over it and just trusting yourself, trusting life
Yeah.
that, okay, I have to do this for myself. And
Mm.
more than anything, of course, definitely investing your time to develop that skill that is there. But more than that, it is important to enjoy the process. You should not make it into some kind of a serious affair where you get stressed to achieve.
Mm. Mm.
It should happen beautifully and nicely.
Mm.
So for that, more than anything, and it is important to be kind to oneself. One should not be over judgmental. Yes, criticism is also part of it.
Mm.
One can be self-critical,
Mm.
but sometimes that becomes the basis of your, existence. That should not happen.
Yeah.
So criticism is a part of it. It will teach you certain things. So just keep it at that and be kind to yourself. And when you are kind to yourself, you are kind to others also.
Mm.
It happens like that. It's a process.
Mm.
And when you are functioning in a kind atmosphere, automatically the nice things will happen to you.
Mm.
But it is very important to be not be over judgmental, over critical, and enjoy the whole process more than anything. That zeal, the joy, that enjoyment, and that enthusiasm needs to be there.
Beautiful.
I think that is something which is there with Rahman sir. If
Mm.
people who know him, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the way he handles so much,
Yeah.
without that enjoyment and enthusiasm, it's very difficult to do it.
True.
So that is definitely needed. And I think it is not only for music. If there is one thing I would really like to say, it is about get clear in your heart, not even in your head, in your heart, as in what is that one thing which you never get bored doing.
Wow.
Choose something what you love.
Mm. Mm.
Choose something what you love to do. So you'll automatically spread love through it.
Wow.
It will happen like that. So when you choose something what you love to do,
Yeah.
everything is very natural and spontaneous within you. Nothing is forced or compulsory.
Mm.
Like how fitness is today for you.
Yeah.
It could have been difficult then,
For sure.
but then now it's a way of life for you.
True. Very
You
true.
don't have to I don't have to motivate you to work out today.
Mm.
You are enjoying the whole process, right? You are enjoying it to the core. And automatically, whatever benefits have to come, it's coming to you.
Very true.
So I think, and you're loving fitness. That's why you're enjoying it. There is enthusiasm. You look forward to cycle every day, run, and so on. That is how it should be.
Mm.
The process.
Yeah.
So when someone chooses what they love,
Yeah.
they'll be able to. Everything will happen naturally, spontaneously, and the enjoyment and enthusiasm will be part of their. It will become a part of their persona itself.
For sure.
And then when you become like that, automatically whatever is meant to happen for you, it will happen.
True.
Or I would say you would stop to be an impediment in your own success through all the screwed up, over critical, over judgmental stuff and so on. So just be kind to yourself, enjoy, be enthusiastic, and then go about it. I think the best will come. It will happen in some way or the other.
This is one of the finest answers, man. Amazing. I love it. I'm sure a lot of these budding musicians will be able to uh, connect with what you're saying, and yeah, this is amazing. I love it. I myself was able to
Hopefully,
connect.
I don't know what I spoke, but
No,
maybe, hopefully, it should.
buddy. Before we wrap up, two lines from any song that you like. Just two lines.
You go about it. You tell me whatever. I will go.
Okay, I'll go for Rubaru.
You go. Or I'll do one thing. Maybe I'll go for one Tamil, right? Because now we did a two-bin.
Done.
So a lot of people always go for they like Munbeva, so I would do a few lines of that maybe.
Done.
Yeah. Or we can do both also, no worries. நிலவிடம் வாடகை வாங்கி நிலவிடம் வாடகை வாங்கி விழி வீட்டினில் குடி வைக்கலாமா நான் வாழும் வீட்டுக்குள் வேறாரும் வந்தாரே தகுமா தேன்மலை தேர்க்குக்கு நீதான் உந்தன் தோள்களில் இடம் தரலாமா நான் சாயும் தோள் மேல் வேறாரும் சாய்ந்தாரே தகுமா நீரும் செம்புலச் சேரும் கலந்தது போலே கலந்தவர் முன்பேவாய் அன்பேவா பூவாய் பூவா முன்பேவாய் அன்பேவா பூவாய் பூவா நானா கேட்டேன் என்னை நானே நானியா நெஞ்சம் சொன்னதே முன்பேவாயின் அன்பேவா பூவாய் பூவா.
Beautiful, man. Wow. Amazing. It was so good that my little champ who was actually sleeping, he came from there listening to your song. I don't know if you noticed, my dog just came in.
Oh, yes, I saw that thing.
He had a look at you on the screen.
Hello to him as well. What's his name?
His name is Happy.
Happy.
Yeah, and he's Sir's Kuti fan because he has grown up. He's 2 years old now, and he has grown up listening to Sir's songs. And this is obviously one of the songs he listens to. It's very interesting.
Oh.
He was actually sleeping. He woke up, came inside, looked at the screen. Well, he heard you sing. He wagged his tail and he went back again.
Thank you. A big thanks to Happy as well.
Thank you so much, Naresh. I mean, absolute privilege to have you, buddy. I feel very blessed for the fact that you're someone whom I've adored, especially for the songs that you've sung. And then today, I'm actually getting to interact with you. We are having this one-to-one conversation, and we are talking about those songs that connected with me so magically. And then I only feel blessed, and I feel like it's still a dream. So thank you so much, Naresh.
Thank you. And it's been a wonderful experience connecting with you also, Chandra.
Thank you.
What you're doing is a fantastic, initiative. You're doing it in the most, this is something what what you're doing is something what you really love to do. That's why it's happening so beautifully for you. And you know, you're following your passion about wherein you're creating this whole I Love ARR community. You're handling so many things on your own, and um, right now I'm just seeing you, but there is definitely a huge crowd behind which I'm not able to see now. It's like the தானா சேர்ந்த கூட்டம் அந்த மாதிரி அன்பு சாம்ராஜ்யம் அந்த மாதிரி. So you're getting what to say, just spreading love and peace through music.
Yeah.
And also in the community. So that's something fantastic what you're doing. And I can see the same kind of dedication of commitment towards this particular thing what you're doing, exactly the way how it is in your fitness and so on. So I would like to wish you the best of health and happiness. Thank you.
Thank you.